What's up, guys? It is Canadian Gee here, back with episode number 16 of the Minnesota Wild franchise mode series here on the channel. In the last episode, we did the full game against the Washington Capitals, and we ended up coming out with the victory 2-1. Matthew Dumba scored both goals in the win. In this episode, we're going to do another full game in which I decided to play the first two games of each season in full, which means in this episode we'll be taking on the New York Islanders in New York. Before we head into the game, let's take a look at their lines. So the Islanders are working with here in year number 3. So we head up to the Islanders. On the first line, they have Anders Lee, Matthew Barzal, and Joe Pavelski. Josh Bailey with Kiefer Bellows and Jordan Eberle. Dmitry Timashov, Brock Nelson, Oliver Wahlstrom. Fourth line, Nick Cousins, Kyle Turris, and Alex Chason. Very good team. Defensively, Will Butcher with Noah Dobson. Goligoshki with Bode Wild. Troy Stetcher with David Savard. I wouldn't say it's the best defensive core, but it's deep. And goaltender, they got Jonas Korpisalo with Semyon Varlamov. And JG Pageau is actually a scratch. So, a very good team. But, we're very capable of hanging in there with them. So I will see you guys in the game for puck drop. So here we are in Uniondale, New York, where the visiting Wild take on the home team, the New York Islanders. And net for the Islanders is Jonas Korpisalo, the former Blue Jacket. Didn't get his first start of the year. And in nets for the Minnesota Wild is Kaapo Kähkönen. He's already 1-0 in the season, getting his second start of the season. First lines out there for both teams: Kaprizov, Eriksson, and Zuccarello versus Lee, Barzal, and Pavelski. We are underway here in New York. It's Matthew Dumba who picks up the puck. Tries to find Zuccarello. Doesn't get through. It's Anders Lee with the puck. The captain of the Islanders gets hit by Valimaki. It's picked up by Eriksson. Eriksson gets it out of the zone. Pass to Dumba. The ref's arm is in the air. We have a delayed penalty coming up. As Dumba has it, up to Eriksson to Kaprizov. Shoots it in. That'll be touched up by Noah Dobson. And the whistle will blow, and we have a holding call coming up against the Islanders. Barzal's going to go off for 2 minutes. He held Eriksson for a second too long, and the Wild will go on to the power play. Eriksson wins that faceoff back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon looking for traffic in front. Shoots it. Deflected on by Eriksson, and that's stopped by Korpisalo. Still early on here. Wild on the power play. That faceoff is won by the Islanders. It's Bailey. Bailey tries to get it deep. Cannot. Eriksson chips it deep. There to get it is Josh Bailey. He gets out to Kyle Turris. To Stetcher. To Will Butcher. That pass is intercepted by Kaprizov, and Fiala has it now. Jordan Greenway. Around his man. Greenway scores! What a move by Jordan Greenway. And he scores on the power play to make it 1-0 Minnesota. Beat his man clean. Got in front of the net. Korpisalo stood no chance on the backhand forehand move. And the Wild are up early. It's 1-0. Ground around his man had so much space to work with. And Korpisalo was deked right out of his jockstrap. Greenway's first of the year is the power play goal. As I said before, it is now 1-0. Barzal wins it back to Wild, and then it's Pavelski with it. To Anders Lee. Intercepted by Kaprizov. Kaprizov skates in around his man. He button hooks. Goes back to the point to Valimaki to Dumba. Dumba to Valimaki. One-timer shot deflected on, stopped. Rebound, Wild picks it up. Wild to Pavelski. Pavelski down low. Valimaki picks it up. Breakout pass to Eriksson. Off the boards. Around his man. Cross-ice pass to Greenway, doesn't get through. Korpisalo with the stick stops it and holds. 15:34 left to go in the first. Still 1-0 Minnesota. Faceoff is won by Brock Nelson. Here's Dmitry Timashov, the former Toronto Maple Leaf and Detroit Red Wing. Timashov dumps it in. Brodin's there to pick it up. Behind his net. Circles. Pass to Fiala. To Jordan Greenway, the goal scorer of today's game. Around his man again. Greenway. To Spurgeon. Spurgeon shoots it. That's a blocker save by Korpisalo. Here's Goligoshki. Pass to Bode Wild. Here comes Wild. Still has it. It's Fiala now. Up to Marco Rossi. Stops. Turns. Shoots it on net. Pad save by Korpisalo. Wallstrom loses it to Rossi. Rossi shoots it. Glove stopped. Or glove stopped by Korpisalo, and he'll hold again. 7:20 into the first period. It's been all Minnesota here early on. Dmitry Sokolov making his NHL debut, his season debut, in place of Matthew Boldy, who made his NHL debut the very previous game. Johnson to Suter. Suter gets into the zone, but he gives it to Tyler Johnson. Johnson to Shaw, back to Addison. Addison, slap shot, stopped by the stand and Korpisalo. Dobson up to Bailey. Poke check by Suter. It's Bailey again. Bailey can't get around Suter. Nice hit there. Addison off the stick lift. Around the boards, it's Sokolov. Dmitry Sokolov. Using his speed to get around his man. Sokolov can't get the shot away. It's Eberle who has possession of the puck. He breaks it out. Past the red line, dumps it in. Suter there. Nice stutter step there. Up to Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson's around his man. He shoots it short side, high and wide. Savard to Barzal. To Will Butcher. Cross to Barzal. Barzal out in front. That's stopped by Kokkonen. He'll hold. Nice play there from Barzal to find Pavelski in the slot. Even better save from Kaapo Kokkonen. .8:29 to go in the first. Face-off to the left of Kaapo Kokkonen. And that face-off is won by the Islanders. It's Savard to Lee. Back to Stetcher to Savard. Down to Lee. Shoots it. Doesn't get the shot through. It's Dumba. To Kirill Kaprizov. Kaprizov protects the puck. Behind the net. Back to the point man. It's Dumba. To Valimaki. He shoots it. That's high and wide. To the left side. To Matthew Barzal. Tries to get around his man. It's Dumba. Loses it to Pavelski. Joe Pavelski. Can't get the shot through. It's Dumba on the back check. Breakout pass to Kaprizov. Doesn't get it around. It's Savard to Eriksson Ek, which is offside. Fourth line out there for both teams. Helm, Bozak, and Glendening. Cousins, Turris, and Chason. Faceoff is won by the Wild. It's Spurgeon who dumps it in into the corner. Goligoshki. Poke check by Bozak. It's Helm with it. Helm back to the point man Spurgeon. Across to Brodin. He shoots it. Doesn't get through. Chason. Around Spurgeon. Here comes Alex Chason. Cross-ice pass. Brodin reads it well. Spurgeon to Glendening. Glendening's around his man. Glendening doesn't get the shot through, but it's Rossi with it. He can't get the shot away. The puck is going to be picked up by Korpisalo. He'll hold. Just noticing just a little bit of a input delay, so we're just going to do that. Just reset the controller, recalibrate it. Here we go. 3:27 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Minnesota out to tie up by the Islander centerman. And here's Timashov, who gets it poke checked up the stick. It's Goligoshki with it now. Goligoshki hit hard by the forechecker. That was Greenway. Fiala to Spurgeon to Brodin. Shoots it, deflected on by Rossi, and he'll hold. Greenway's been all over the ice so far in this game. Shots are 9-1 in favor of the Wild. Butcher has it. Breakout pass to Nelson to Wallstrom. Wallstrom hit hard by Greenway again. Butcher to Wallstrom to Timashov. Timashov. Button hook. Stops. Tries to find room. Poke checked away. Here's Greenway up to Kevin Fiala. Fiala's around his man. Fiala shoots it. Save. Rebound. Dobson clears it up. Dobson to Bellows. Bellows dumps it in. Brodin's there to pick it up. Behind his net. Breakout pass to Kevin Fiala. Fiala around his man. Dekes into the middle. Shoots it. Doesn't get it through. Dobson. Less than a second. And the period is over. After the first period of play, it is 1-0 Minnesota. Stats after the first period of play. For the Minnesota Wild, 10 shots. For the Wild, 1. Going to be an interesting period to see how both teams react. But nonetheless, should be a good period coming up next. Here we go. Second period. Barzal, Eriksson, Ek. Barzal wins that faceoff back to Butcher, who gets it to Dobson. Back to Barzal. Barzal around Dumba. Tries to get it out in front. It's Zuccarello on the back check. He'll skate with it. Off the boards. Pavelski. To Will Butcher. Butcher can't get around Valimaki. And it's Eriksson Ek with it now. Potential odd man rush. Eriksson Ek across the Kaprizov off the post. Kaprizov that close again, his first of the year. Pavelski. Across the red line. Pass to Lee. Shoots it. That's stopped by Kokkonen. Rebound goes to Valimaki. Breakout pass to Zuccarello. Zuccarello. Button hooks. Turns. He's around his man. Zuccarello. Hit by Lee. Loses the puck. Anders Lee. Around his man. Pass to Bellows. Kiefer Bellows. Back to Eberle. Shoots it. Doesn't get through and it's wide. Eberle to Bellows. Back to the point man. Goligoshi down to Lee. Lee. Dumps it in. Greenway's there to pick it up for the Wild. Greenway to Fiala. Fiala tries to go between the legs pass, but it's Rossi picked up in the corner. Back to the point man Brodin, who gets deflected on by Greenway. That's a stop by Korpisalo. Kiefer Bellows. To Jordan Eberle. To Josh Bailey. Saucer pass intercepted by Fiala. Marco Rossi. Off the boards, it's Fiala. Pass to Greenway. Can't get the shot through. Greenway. Saucer pass to Wallstrom, and that's intercepted. Goligoshi. Josh Bailey has it now. He passes it to Wild. To Wallstrom. Wallstrom gets it in deep. Spurgeon is there. Around the boards. It's Mason Shaw with it. Pass to Tyler Johnson. Johnson has it kicked into the corner. He'll pick it up. Pass to Shaw. One-timer from Spurgeon. It's blocked by Nelson. Sokolov. To Johnson. Pass to Brodin. To Suter. Suter along the ice. That's deflected on by Sokolov. And Korpisalo will hold. 10:51 here in the second period. It's still 1-0 Minnesota. Faceoff is won by the Islanders. It's Chiasson. Chiasson. Todrigs. Cousins. Nick Cousins out in front of Turris. Can't get the shot through. It's Shaw. Suter loses it to Turris. He shoots it. Blocker save. That gets past the point man. Here comes Tyler Johnson with it. Johnson battling with Savard. Gets it to Cousins. Sokolov has it. Dmitry Sokolov. Gets tripped up on the play. Another power play coming up here for the Wild. It's Addison. Gives it to Bozak. Tries to get back to the point man, but it's intercepted. And the whistle goes. A penalty count up here against the Islanders. That's going to be David Savard going off for tripping. Wild are already 1 for 1 on the power play. Faceoff is won by the Islanders. It's Wild. Bodie Wild to Dobson. Not clearing. He's going to skate with it. Up to Nelson. Off to Pochek. It's Kaprizov. Kaprizov is going to go for his skates. And here he comes. Kirill Kaprizov. To Jordan Greenway. Tries to get it to Eriksson Ek. He picks it up in the corner. Eriksson Ek. Trying to find room. Shoots it now. Wide glove side. Point man at Spurgeon. Off the boards to Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov. Back to Fiala. He shoots it. Doesn't get through. It's blocked. Greenway. Back to the point man. Spurgeon doesn't pick it up. Spurgeon dumps it in. Pavelski's there to pick it up. Kaprizov on the forecheck. Kaprizov picks it up. Kaprizov to Eriksson Ek. To Spurgeon. Shoots it. That's a pad stop. Pavelski has it. To Brock Nelson. Spurgeon out to hit. Pavelski. Forechecked by Greenway. It's Nelson with it. Off to Pochek. Spurgeon tries to get to Kaprizov, but it's Stetcher. To Pavelski. Joe Pavelski. Can't get a shot away. It's into the corner where Fiala is there to pick it up. Kevin Fiala. Pass to Marco Rossi. Rossi around his man. Out in front to Johnson. Stopped. Rebound. Korpisalo has it behind him and he'll hold. Well, 24 seconds left in the power play for the Islanders. That faceoff is won by the Islanders again. It's Butcher, but poked and picked up by Addison. Addison shoots it, blocked. Into the corner it goes. Butcher battling with Johnson. Johnson gives it to Shaw. Gives it away to Turris. Here comes Kyle Turris. Gives it to Josh Bailey. Bailey out in front, intercepted by Shaw. Nice back check. Shaw up to Johnson. Penetra odd man rush. Johnson tries to find Rossi through the legs. Intercepted by Bailey. Bailey to Savard to Stetcher. Troy Stetcher. Around his man to Turris. Kicked into the corner by Bailey. It's Turris now. Back to the point man. Doesn't pick it up. It's Johnson. He's going to go for a skate. Tyler Johnson. Can't get a shot through. Now he does. That's a backhander stopped by Korpisalo. And he'll hold. Faceoff is won by the Islanders again. It's Lee. Anders Lee. Gets hit by Addison. They gives it to Pavelski, to Goligoski, to Barzal, to Wild. Wild to Goligoski. He shoots it. Stopped by Kokkonen. He'll hold. Shots and goal heavily favor the Wild. But the faceoffs have been all Islanders the entire game. Another faceoff win. Sokolov has it. Off the boards, around his man. Dmitry Sokolov. Back to the point man. Suter shoots it. Broken stick on the play. Wild maintain possession. It's Johnson to Addison. Down low to Shaw. Shaw out in front to Sokolov. Can't get it through. Now he does. Stopped by the pad. Barzal. To Bodie Wild. To Timashov. It's Barzal with it. Barzal's around. He shoots it. That's a stop. Rebound. Another save. Rebound behind the net. It's Suter. On the boards. Shaw's there to pick it up. Missed his man, and that's going to go for icing. With less than a minute to go in the second period. Big face-off win by Shaw. It's Suter with it. It's out of the zone. Savard to Timashov to Nelson. Gets held up along the boards. Nelson has it off the giveaway. That's a pad stop. Addison behind the net. Leaves it there. And that's going to do it for the second period of play. We're through two here in New York. Wild still up 1. Shots on goal after the second period for the Wild 18, for the Islanders 7. Face-off heavily favored the Islanders 13-4. We head to the third period with the Wild still up 1. Here we go, third period. Barzal, Eriksson Ek. Face-off won by Barzal. It's Butcher to Dobson. Dobson to Pavelski. Pavelski to Lee. Can't get the shot through. Zuccarello gives it to Eriksson. Odd man rush. Here comes Eriksson. Eriksson. Pad stop by Korpisalo. What a save. Lee gets clobbered by Eriksson. Kaprizov. Valimaki. Shot blocked. Barzal. Hit hard by Kaprizov. His bucket comes off. Pavelski to Butcher. Kaprizov picks it up. He's around his man. Off the skates. Back to the point man, Dumba. Dumba to Eriksson. He shoots it. It's blocked. Butcher gets it out. Dumba. To Valimaki. To Kirill Kaprizov. Gives it up to Kiefer Bellows. Bellows around his man. Bellows into the corner. Battling with the defender. It's Eberle who has it. Greenway gets it out. This can go for icing. And it does. .15:35 to go in the third. Still 1-0 Minnesota. Face-off won again by the Islanders. It's Wild to Eberle. Intercepted by Fiala. One too many moves there. Valimaki loses it to Bellows. Who loses it to Greenway. Gets it in on Korpisalo, who lets it go to Wild. To Eberle. Bo to Wild. Timashov. To Eberle. Eberle shoots it. That's stopped. Rebound. Timashov has it. Another save. Into the corner it goes. It's Bellows. Behind the net for Timashov. To Goligoski to the point man. Wild shoots it wide. Dumba. Along the boards. Timashov. To Eriksson. Who gets hit hard. Goligoski to Eberle. Eberle maintains possession of the puck. Eberle to Nelson. Back to Eberle. Troy Stetcher. That doesn't get through. It's Timashov into the corner to Savard. To Stetcher. Down low to Nelson. Nelson shoots it wide. Timashov loses it to Johnson. Johnson on the boards. It's Kyle Nelson who picks it up. Nelson out in front. Blocked. Stopped. Rebound. Nelson puts it back to Kapanen. He'll hold. The Islanders are coming on here in the third period, looking for the game-tying goal. Face-off won again by the Islanders. It's Savard to Stetcher. Shoots it. Deflected on by Kokkonen. Or stopped by Kokkonen. Addison to Helm. To Bozak. On the boards. Bozak to Suter. One-timer stops. Steered into the corner. Cousins to Savard to Stetcher. Chase on. Chase on. Gets hit hard by Glendening. It's Bozak now with the shot wide of the net. Or that was Helm with the shot. Stetcher. Glendening loses it to Turris. Turris. Back to Chason. Chason to the point man Dobson. Down low to Lee. To Chason. Down to Lee again. He shoots it. Stopped. Lee. On the one-timer. Blocked by Suter. Turris. Into the zone. Turris to Dobson. He shoots it. Stopped. Rebound. Chason. Can't get it through. Butcher. To Chason. Cross to Turris. Chason wide of the net. Fiala gets it out. Butcher's there to pick it up. Here comes Will Butcher to Matthew Barzal. Poke checked. Wild have it. Suter. Off the deflection. It's Barzal in his own zone. 4:30 left to go in the third. Butcher hit hard along the boards. Pavelski board pass to Barzal. Picked up by Eriksson, but it's lead to Barzal. Shoots it. Glove stopped. Rebound. Brodin has it. Kirill Kaprizov. Kaprizov around his man. Into the corner. Dobson. Breakout pass to Bellows. He's around his man. It's a 2-1-1. Bellows shoots it wide. Eriksson up to Zuccarello. 2-1-1 the other way. Zuccarello. Across to Kaprizov wide of the net. Eriksson. Kaprizov can't get it through. A penalty coming up here against the Islanders. Another holding call. There's Goligoshi going off for holding. 2:12 to go. And the Wild to go back on the power play with 2:12 to go. Momentum killing call there. Bode Wild to Noah Dobson. Dobb gets it to Nelson. Nelson digs into the middle. Nelson across to Pavelski, shoots it. That's a glove stopped by Kakkonen. Noah Dobson. Joe Pavelski. Pavelski into the slot to Wild, shoots it, blocked. Pass to Rossi. Rossi has the speed for a breakaway and he's through. Marco Rossi to Johnson. Doesn't get the shot away. Johnson back to the point man. Spurgeon shoots it. Deflected down. Shaw. Stopped. Korpisalo has it. He holds. So the Wild will be on the power play until the 12-second mark. That's a face-off won by the Islanders. Again, it's Turris to Butcher. Butcher hit hard by Greenway to Erikssonek all alone. Erikssonek to Fiala, shoots it, deflected on, behind Korpisalo again. But this time, again, he'll hold. Greenway's been all over the ice. Definitely the player of the game thus far. Greenway on the shot. Doesn't get it all of it, excuse me. Korpisalo holds again. Another big face-off here. Another win. Greenway blocked. It's Stetcher on the block. Nelson up to Pavelski. To Butcher. Butcher shoots it. He scores! Troy Stetcher, shorthanded, ties the game. With 1:08 left to go in regulation. Stetcher has tied it. Sorry, that was Will Butcher who got the goal. The Wild do stay on the power play. 56 seconds left in the power play. Minute 8 in regulation. Butcher. Erikssonek up to Kaprizov. Poke checked off his stick. It's Stetcher now. Stetcher to Turris. Loses it to Erikssonek. Up to Kevin Fiala. Breaking it in. Kevin Fiala. Back to Spurgeon. Shoots it. Deflected wide. Stetcher. Loses it behind the net. Up to the point man, but Turris intercepts it. It's Bailey. Turris has it. To Bailey. Bailey can't get the shot through. Butcher. He does. Stopped. Fiala. To Kaprizov. Kaprizov around his man. Kaprizov. To Greenway. Stopped. Rebound. It's Stetcher to Turris. Deflected into the zone. It's Spurgeon. Jared Spurgeon. Cross crease. Fiala wide. Erikssonek to Spurgeon. Fiala. Deflected. Wide. Greenway. To Kaprizov. To Fiala. He shoots it. That's stopped by the blocker. Penalty killed. Turris. Skates with it. We're going to overtime. Man, oh man, what an end to this game. And it's not even over. Stats after 3 periods. Shots on goal for the Wild, 24. For the Islanders, 17. Off the late time goal from Will Butcher, we're headed to overtime. Tied at 1. Here we go. Barzal, Erikssonek. Erikssonek loses it to Barzal again. It's Dobson to Lee. Lee behind his net, battling with Dumba. Lee to Barzal. To Dobson. To Lee now. He shoots it. Doesn't get all of it. Kaprizov has it. He'll turn. Looking for room. Button hooks again. Pass to Dumba. 2-on-1. Here come the Wild. It's Dumba. Pass to Erikssonek. Doesn't like his lane. He's going to deke with it. To Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov going for a skate now. Kaprizov's going to reset. Out of the zone it goes. Eriksson picks it up. Eriksson to Jared Spurgeon. The former Islander Jared Spurgeon loses to Lee. Breakaway chance for Barzal. Matthew Barzal in alone. Stopped by Kokkonen. And he'll hold. Bad line change there from the Wild. Almost costed them the game. 1:44 left to go in overtime. Faceoff is won by Pavelski. Wild shoots it. Stopped. Greenway. To Jared Spurgeon. To Marco Rossi. Marco Rossi to Jordan Greenway. Across the Spurgeon. Shoots. That's stopped. And it's in! Jared Spurgeon, the overtime winner! The initial stop by Korpisalo, but it bounces right over him and into the back of the net. And the Minnesota Wild survive in Long Island to beat the Islanders here in overtime 2-1. Tough way to lose if you're the Islanders, but that's a good win if you're the Wild. They survived the late comeback and defeat the Islanders here in New York 2-1. Stats after the overtime period. Shots on goal 25 for the Wild. For the Islanders 20. Your third star of the game goes to Jonas Korpisalo, who's up 23 of 25. Your second star goes to Jordan Greenway with a goal and an assist and 2 hits. He was all over the ice tonight. And your first star of the game goes to the player who scored the game winner, Jared Spurgeon, who himself had a goal and assist. The game-winning goal in overtime. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, leave a like. If you want to see more NHL 21 content like what you just saw, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next episode.